In today's video, I'm going to share with you a little custom trick that you can do to any RC crawler and give it some really cool rock lighting. And not just any kind of rock lighting, I'm talking about colored rock lighting that looks really cool and you can customize to match or contrast with the color of your truck. For my specific case, I'm going to be using my Traxxas TRX-4 Sport. I'm going to start by removing the body and setting the body aside. Looking up close, you'll notice that I have the full fenders on all four sides of the truck. What this means is that I have a mounting place to put my rock lights. Now these are the original rock light holders that are on the standard Traxxas TRX-4. This is the original rock light cap that would usually just fit right over these holes. Now we're still going to use the same cap, but what we need to do is we need to drill a small 3mm hole, or at least a hole that fits the size of whatever LED bulb you're using. I'm using these 3mm red LED bulbs from MyTrickRC. You'll find the link to all the products in this video in the description below. With the holes drilled into the caps, you'll see right here that I've got two holes, one hole in each cap. What we're gonna do is we're now going to fit the light socket into those holes. Right here you can see the small 3mm sized light socket that is included with the MyTrickRC bulbs. The one thing that you want to take note of is that the underside of the rock light cap has a square ridge around it that fits into the hole. You're going to want to make sure that when you place the socket in, that you're actually placing the socket through this end of the rock cap, as it's going to be going in essentially upside down like so. Now I'm going to bring in my 3mm LED. I'm going to put it right into the LED socket until I hear it click. With both of these done, now I can go ahead and put the rock lights back onto the truck. Now that both rock light caps are back onto the fender, we just need to tidy up the wires and then plug them into the light module. I recommend using a piece of electrical tape to make the two wires coming from both LEDs a little bit neater and route into one wire. Since I have all of the other rock lights installed, what I want to do is I want to make it the minimal amount of plugs that have to plug into the light module. So what I have is I have a Y splitter that can be found from MyTrickRC, and this Y splitter will basically take two plugs coming from two different sets of lights and convert it into one plug. Now I have one plug that's for the rear rock lights and one plug for the front rock lights. Depending on what kind of light module you use, whether it's MyTrickRC or some other brand, this specific step may be different for you. I have a full video on the UF7 light controller that is in my TRX-4 Sport. The video can be found in the top right corner. The way that I have my TRX-4 lights set up is I have two front white LED headlights and then two red tail lights, and then I'll have the red rock lights underneath. With that said, I need to make sure that I plug in my rock lights into the proper port on the UF7 module. That proper port is going to be in the letter E. Now that I have my LEDs installed, I can go ahead and plug in the battery and then plug my light module into my receiver. I'm going to go ahead and power the truck up. My headlights are on. The tail lights are also on, which means now we just need to turn on the rock lights. And there we go. I have the rock lights programmed to turn on and off with the switch on my radio. You can program this differently. You could have the rock lights on all the time and have your front LED headlights and your tail lights turn on with the remote. That's totally your preference. For me, I find that I'd rather have the running lights as the headlights and the tail lights, and then be able to turn the rock lights on and off whenever I want to. Let's go ahead and flip the truck on its side so you can see what it looks like from underneath. So now that you guys know how to install your own LED rock lights versus buying a pre-made kit from Traxxas or another third-party seller. I want to bring this truck outside, show you guys what it looks like in action. Enjoy.